Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. So guys, I was shopping around at Walgreens and I saw this toolkit for eyebrows and I posted it on Instagram and I got an overwhelming response from you asking me to review this kit. So I have waited until my brows have been like sufficiently woofing so we can actually try it out together. I believe it was about like $7.99 plus tax obviously, and it's an all-in-one kind of kit. So you have two different little shaving tools right here. You have your trimmer. The handles don't look that sturdy, but I mean, as long as it does the job, I'm okay with that because I'm not really brutal with my tools. And you also have a mini tweezer and a lash and brow comb right here. So let's crack into it and see if it's any good. Let's see, how do I get this open? The destroyer of packages. From first looking at it, it does look a little cheap, but I mean, for the price that I paid for it, So here's what it looks like up close. Let's see. Oh, I didn't notice the little lash comb has a little spoolie at the end. That's cool. Alright, I like that. I like my spoolies. Need my spoolies. So these brows, y'all, these brows come from my daddy. He has what I like to call like Oscar the Grouch brows. And they like grow in all different directions. It's like Medusa, you know, I have to trim them for him like every 2 weeks, because if not, they just kind of like start growing into vines all over his face, and that's just not cute. So I feel like I inherited his brow hairs, but I have my mother's shape. So thank God for that, at least, because it means I have full thick brows with an actual shape to them. I have been plucking and tweezing my life away since I was 11 years old, because my brows, I've always had like a bit of a, not a unibrow, like I'm not gonna like throw myself down that alley, but like I always had like strays growing in the center and like weird ones growing around the edges. So I do groom my own brows because I've tried the waxing, I've tried the threading, I'm never satisfied with the results. I even got burned once to the point where I had like a blister on there for like 3 weeks, and this bee at the salon expected me to pay for that service. So I just took it into my own hands to start doing my own brows. Okay guys, so I do want to try out these tweezers first before I try the razors, just to see if they're worth their weight in salt. They do have the Kiss insignia on them. They're just like a little travel size. I have a few strays like right here in the center. Man, let me see if I can get you in even closer so you can see my wrinkle. You can thank my students for that if you're watching. Love you. Okay, so from first feel, it's kind of, I have to use a lot of pressure to get the tweezer to close. So I might have to just come in a little closer, and that makes it difficult to see the hairs. But, it is pulling them out. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see that, but the little hairs are there. So it is pulling them out, and I've had worse tweezers that are this size. I really don't like travel size too much because I feel like they're difficult to work with. Okay, but they did pull out every hair that I tackled. So we have these two microblade little thingamajigs going on here, and these two, I'm assuming this one's like for smaller areas and this one is for larger areas down the center. So let me try this big one first right down the center.
Alright, starting with the larger blade, I'm just going to whisk off those little extra baby hairs that I have between my brows, and I think it worked rather well. And this little dude, I really liked it for the stray hairs that I had on my hairline. Didn't expect it to work as well as it did, but you'll see right here in a few seconds that there's a bunch of hair that got trapped in the blade. Now for when I groom my brows, I do take off the attachment and I sweep my brows up with a spoolie, and whatever is kind of like sticking up over the spoolie, I trim. And I also reverse this process. You'll see me push the hairs down in just a second so that I can get any of them that are still a little too long, like towards the end of my brow. I'm telling you guys, I have like Oscar the Grouch kind of hairs, so I have to do a lot of grooming. Okay, I'm going to repeat the process on the other side and save you the trouble. And now I'm just going to place the attachment back onto the scissor and trim off any extra length.
This is pretty much the shape that I go for when I'm grooming my brows, and then I'll just go in with my pomades or my pencils or my gels or what have you, whatever I feel like using on that day to fill them in and to even out the shape a little more so they look more like twinsies and not so much like sisters. But let me pull you out. Let me just pull you out. Sorry guys, just zoomed you out so you can get my final thoughts on this. So for $7.99, I think this is a pretty decent kit, guys. I'm not big on razors just because I feel like I was saying before, your hair grows in a little bit thicker in those areas. But as a last minute touch up, if you don't have time to tweeze, these would be a godsend. They work really well. They shaved off my little baby hairs here on the sides quite well, no issues. You do feel like you're running a razor, so it kind of feels a little bit like razor burny, but I guess that's normal. It's not the fault of the tool. The tweezer worked rather well. I mean, it really did pull out every hair. I had very low expectations for these because I never have much luck with mini tweezers, but they were pretty good. And my favorite part actually was these two guys. So from looking at this outside on the packaging, I really thought it was going to be like super like rinky-dinky cheap. It's actually, it cuts better and it's a better quality than the one that I have from Sephora, which cost me over 20 bucks. So for $7.99, you're getting decent scissors, a decent spoolie with a brush comb and lash comb, your tweezer, and 2 razors. So honestly guys, go out and get it because it's worth it. If you're looking for a kit like this so you can start grooming your own brows, it'll save you a lot of money in the long run because you can achieve the shape that you want. Obviously, if you haven't practiced with your brows before, go in slow with your tweezers first. Then I guess you can just follow along with me in my tutorial, but we all have different brow shapes. So if you decide to get this kit and you try it, just let me know. Leave me your comments in the down box below. Let me know how you enjoyed it. And if you're new to this channel, please, guys, subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. It's free. All right, guys, give me those thumbs up. Hit that bell so you know when I upload, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love you.